Hi, welcome back to Jobless Baduk. Today I want to share a Go principle that will improve your game instantly, especially for cube level players. The improvement could be easily 2 or 3 stones if you are cube level players. There will be clear explanation and also the practical action needed, rationale behind for this principle throughout the whole video. Let's go. So the principle is avoid pure endgame moves prematurely. To achieve that, first you need to know what a pure endgame move is. A move is a pure endgame move if it fulfills the 2 conditions below. Number 1, the move does not affect the life and death of both sides. Number 2, the move does not affect the thickness of both sides. And you may ask, what do you mean by thickness? Thickness equals to no future exploit, that is no RG. For example, having 2 eyes is the thickest thing in the world, and exploit roughly equals to opponent's sante. A move is a sante if your group will die or suffer a loss if you do not answer. To understand the concept of pure endgame better, let's have a look at some examples. This is a game played by 4Q and 5Q players on OGS. At this position, it is a pretty close game. Black has a slight advantage, and it is white's turn, and white plays at h13. This is an example of a pure endgame move. Why? First, it does not affect the life and death of either side. White's group is alive without this move, and black is not immediately dead after white's playing h13. In terms of thickness, it does not have impact as well. h13 does not remove future exploit. There are still exploit like k18, by black. And for black, having the J14 stone being cut off doesn't make the black group weaker in the sense that it is equally weak. And black answer with J13, which is also an example of pure endgame move. It does nothing more than saving the J14 stone, which does not affect the life and death nor thickness of both sides. A better move for black to play would be and 11, which strengthen the black group in terms of eye shape and also its outsideness. At the same time, it affects the thickness of white. For example, there could be future exploit by black in Q13, trying to cut off the connection of the upper group and the right side. Therefore, N11 is not a pure endgame move, but it is a move that has next move. Therefore, a pure endgame move is a go-to move for both sides. It is not urgent, so it is more if you play it prematurely. And now you may ask, prematurely, then when is the mature time to play those pure endgame moves? And the answer is after mid-game.
Explain yourself.
Alright, endgame starts or mid-game ends when the life and death of all the groups are being settled and there are no future invasion opportunities. So all the moves played since then will be only affecting the territory count, but not the life and death of any group. I know you may have a lot of doubts in your mind now. You may say, okay, but sometimes it is hard to tell when the endgame starts, isn't it? True. But the beauty of this principle is that you don't need to know when the endgame starts. You just need to be able to tell if the endgame has not started yet, which is a lot easier. Again, let's look at some examples to see what is a premature time for pure endgame moves. This is a game on OGS played by a 2Q player and also a 1Q player. And at this stage, it is a very close game. White is slightly leading, but on the next 2 moves, black is playing pure endgame move, which lead to a winning position for white. The first pure endgame move is R10. This move is a pure endgame move as it doesn't affect the life and death of any group. The upper white group is already alive, and the bottom right corner black group is also alive even without this R10 move. And it doesn't affect the thickness of black because black group is already alive without much exploit. So the pure function of R10 is just to capture the 2 white stone. On the other hand, it actually improves white's thickness. So after white's answer at P11, white is so much thicker than before because its impact of taking the P11 stone. It also have some bad impact for the group on top of black. And black continue capturing the 2 stone with S10, which make white's advantage become 7.7 points. Compared with the initial state, it is a difference of 7 points, which is slightly more than a Komi. Back to the main focus of this example, to determine whether it is a premature time for playing pure endgame moves. The answer is very simple. You see that the whole board here is completely empty, so therefore it is definitely a premature time for endgame. Even the opening stage is not end, so this is a very clear example. It is very obvious that it is a premature endgame move in the previous game. Let's have a look at a less obvious example. This is a game on OGS played by a 3Q and also a 4Q player. At this stage, black is slightly leading and it is white to play. White play n15, trying to cut off the stone of black, and black answer with a Atali. And white's probably before playing n15, he has calculated that there's a way to cut off the 3 stone of black. So finally, white successfully captured the 3 stone, but now black is leading by 8 points, which is 1 komi more than the beginning's position. Again, the reason for such a big difference is that capturing the 3 stone of black is a pure endgame move, and it is played prematurely. I'm not going to repeat why it is a pure endgame move. At this stage, you probably can tell by yourself why it is a pure endgame move. Now, there is still one group of whites being very weak. It doesn't have 2 eyes and it is very heavy. It has 8 stone in total and it is very vulnerable to attack. If black start attacking this group of white, for example, this sequence, maybe something like this, the potential increment here for black will be much bigger than capturing the 3 stone by white. Capturing the 3 stone is roughly a 7 points or 8 point endgame move, while the gain here is much bigger. In the previous examples, we saw that difference of playing pure endgame move versus not playing the pure endgame move is around 1 komi. In some cases, it could be bigger or smaller difference, but it is always bad to play pure endgame move prematurely. Therefore, if you can avoid this mistake twice or 3 times in your game, then probably you can improve your game by 2 or 3 stone already. To help you apply this principle in your game more easily, I created this checklist for you. When you are in doubt whether a move is a pure endgame move, go ask yourself these 4 questions. If the answers are no, for all the questions, then it is a pure endgame move, and probably you shouldn't play it too early. When you are reviewing your games with AI, if you see some big drop of win rate after you play some move, come back to this video, have a look at the checklist, think about whether it's a pure endgame move played it too early, and also think about a non-pure endgame move to play. This should help improve your game a lot. This is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you think about this principle in the comment section, whether it is useful or not, or let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share if you like the videos in my channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.